The plumber's wrench slipped from his hand and clanged against the tile. His skin went white, eyes fixed on the gap beneath the floorboards. "Sir," his voice cracked, "take your kids and leave now. Don't tell your wife." The urgency in his tone froze me more than his words. "What? Why?" "No time." He swallowed, trembling. "We found something under there." I bent down, forcing his hand aside, and peered into the dark cavity where the wood had been lifted. At first, just shadows. Then, fabric. A corner of cloth, stiff with age. Beside it, metal glinting under the flashlight. My chest locked. It wasn't dust or pipes, it was a box, padlocked, stained. I grabbed my children by the wrists before they could even ask. My wife called from upstairs, her voice bright, ordinary. I didn't answer. I bundled the kids into the car, slammed the doors. My pulse hammered louder than their frightened questions. And then I stood in the driveway, staring back at the house, at her. The walls I thought I knew were suddenly hiding her secrets. That night, after sending the children to my sister's, I returned. The plumber was gone, the kitchen half dismantled. The box still sat wedged in the hollow. I pulled it free. Heavy. Cold. The lock was old, weak. I forced it open with a hammer. Inside lay photographs, letters, receipts. Each one carefully stored, decades old. But they weren't random. They formed a pattern, a record. And every piece led back to her. Pictures of her with men I didn't know. Hotel stubs, bank transactions, even prescriptions in someone else's name. One photo stopped me. It wasn't new, it had yellowed, but it was her, pregnant, smiling. The date stamped in the corner was 6 months before we ever met. My chest constricted. She had told me I was her first serious love, that my oldest child was ours, conceived in trust. But the timeline in front of me told another story. The betrayal wasn't fresh. It was buried, fossilized, preserved in this box under the floor of my own kitchen. I didn't confront her, not yet. Instead, I studied, quietly. The photos revealed names. I traced them. Old phone numbers, business cards slipped between envelopes. One belonged to a man who had died 10 years ago. His obituary mentioned a daughter, same age as mine. I ordered DNA kits under the guise of a family ancestry project. She laughed when I suggested it, unsuspecting. She swabbed her cheek, joking about ancient bloodlines. I mailed them off. My hands shook only once, and then never again. Meanwhile, I checked her phone, installed tracking software. Her messages were clean, too clean. Not the mess of a careless liar, but the curated silence of someone who had practiced. At night, I lay beside her, listening to her breath, wondering how long she had rehearsed this double life. The waiting was torture, but torture sharpened me. I wanted the truth in writing, evidence, irrefutable. The box had given me suspicion. The DNA would give me certainty. The results arrived in plain packaging. I opened them alone in my car. The words cut fast, surgical. Probability of paternity, 0.0%. The child I had raised, loved, protected, wasn't mine. The photo had been no lie. She had built our family on a foundation of fraud. I drove home slowly, too calm. The kind of calm that comes after drowning, when you stop fighting the water and just let it take you down. At dinner, she asked if I was tired. I nodded. Then I slid the report across the table. She unfolded it, read, her eyes flicked up, wide, terrified. "Wait, this isn't—" I stayed silent. Silence was sharper than anger. She broke first, stammering, sobbing, reaching across the table. But I didn't move, didn't flinch. I just watched her unravel, every lie collapsing under its own weight. The next morning, I called the lawyer. Not hers, mine. I arranged custody, division, every detail she thought she controlled. When she realized, her voice cracked, "You can't take them from me." I looked her in the eye, calm, deliberate. "They were never mine," I said, "and now they'll never be yours." Her breath caught like she'd been struck. The words sliced deeper than shouting ever could. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't need to. I handed her the box, the photos, the receipts, her entire secret life condensed into evidence. "Keep it," I said. "It belongs to you." Then I walked away, leaving her with her history in her lap. A history that would destroy her in court, in family, in every circle she'd ever tried to keep pristine. The house is quiet now. My children sleep safely at my sister's. She is gone. Out of the house, out of the narrative. I sit in the kitchen, where the floorboards are still ripped open, staring at the hollow where her secrets once lay. Strange how silence can feel louder than screams. I don't feel pity, not for her, not for myself. The years she stole, the trust she burned, they're ash already. What remains is clarity. The truth doesn't heal, it cleans, cuts, purges. I understand that now. And when I finally cover the hollow in the floor, it won't be to hide her secrets again. It will be to bury them for good.